literally everyone on this planet has an opinion. Okay, you are born and you grow up and you can talk and walk and you go to school, and there's opinions on what colors do you choose. There's opinions on what movies do you like, sexuality, sex, religion. People have opinions on your job, your relationships, your friends, their finances, how you move through life. And the most annoying thing about it is, if it's a topic, if it's a discussion, if it's anything that can be talked on, or anything that can be reviewed or revised or analyzed and critiqued and broke down and put down in any type of minuscule way, there's an opinion on it. And for so many of us, people's opinions on how we live our lives or how we choose to do things makes us not live the lives that we desire. Imagine you live in a religious household and you're brought up with no premarital sex. You're brought up with homosexuality is a sin, and et cetera, et cetera. And then you're thinking, your opinion, it's like, okay, but what if I'm a queer person? What if I actually want to have sex before marriage? What if I don't care about money as much as other people do, and I don't have this ideology of getting millions and millions throughout my life? Especially when it comes to career. It's like, if you're not saying, oh, you want to be a brain surgeon, a politician, or a lawyer, a tech person, or something with structure, something with stability, there's always this side eye. Like, if you want to do anything that is considered unconventional, there's this look, there's this questioning, there's this plan B, there's this persuasion of do something else. And for so long for me, and I know for others, people's opinions of me have stopped me from living the life that I desire. The fear of disappointing others, the fear of having that question or that conversation or that debate or lecture of sit down and let me tell you the right way and let me tell you which way to go and da 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 da. And I hate that, because life has no way to success at all. And we can say, and we can bring up a billion different examples of people have succeeded in the structured conventional way, and we can also bring up millions of examples of people that have succeeded in the quote-unquote unconventional way. But what bothers me is that people either want you to live the life that they lived, or they want you to live the life that they wish they lived. And because of that, and because of growing up and having to develop character and personality and discovering oneself, you take on people's insecurities, you take on people's traumas and pains and ideas and philosophies, and you kind of sift through everything you've learned from family or friends or environment growing up, and you pick what you think is right, or you pick the ones that resonate with you the most. And I think what I'm learning is that through all that sifting and all that yearning for knowledge and trying to figure out which path is the right path for me to take or where to go, I learned that I picked the scared parts and the afraid parts in every decision or every path I've taken so far. It was because out of fear. It was because out of the opinions of others and what I thought others would see of me and what I think currently they would think of me. And because of that, I realized that so far up to now, life hasn't been what I really wanted it to be. It hasn't been what I desire it to be, because I'm living what others want me to live. And I'm making the decisions that other people are choosing for me and not for myself. And so it makes it sad, because it's like I want to do a completely opposite thing of what I'm doing or the jobs I have. But I constantly keep going down this conventional route in fear that if I go the path that I want, I will fail. And I'll have every person or everything that has ever deterred me from going down the path that I wanted to go down in life sit there and say, I told you so. And that what you actually ever wanted wasn't stable or wasn't right. And I'm tired, to be honest, because I just came to a realization the other day that I literally have my life, just my life. And once that's it and gone, there's no more. There's no part two. There's no second chance. And quite frankly, I'm tired of people's opinions. And I'm tired of having to sit there and explain why I want to do the things I want to do in my life and why it's okay that I don't have an answer why I want to do it. And if it fails, it fails for me, and it doesn't need to work all the time, and it doesn't always have to have an answer. And I can love a certain person and that can be that, or I can want a type of career that isn't on the conventional top 100 list and still be successful and still be loved and still be great. And I want to talk to everyone, regardless if you're hiding for sexuality, or if you're hiding for religion, or you're hiding because of finance or peer pressure or fear or anxiety or whatever. When you get older and you look and you have conversations with adults and people, you realize that no one has anything in control. And a lot of us are faking every single day, and we're waking up and we're trying our best to do it 1% more than we did before. But if you think about it, no one really has the answers. And just because growing up, being a kid, we look at all adults as people just who had answers or were superheroes, and they weren't. You'll realize that humans just do their best to be who they are and to pay their bills. And a lot of us are very sad and very depressed and hate our lives, regardless if it's a conventional route or unconventional route. But to say you need to choose the life that you want to live, regardless of the opinions that you receive, regardless of the critiques or the breakdowns or the lectures. If you want to go be a doctor, if you want to go be a lawyer, an engineer, a train conductor, a teacher, a politician, you go do that. If you want to go be a musician, an artist, a drawer, a podcaster, you go do that, because fuck it. To be honest, I'm not even going to sit here and try to have this philosophical thought with you. Fuck it. Everybody knows what they want in their heart at the end of the day. With all honesty, we all know what we want and what we desire. And sometimes us as humans, we do a conventional thing while doing our unconventional thing on the side. We try to feed our passion by doing it part-time while still having that stability full-time. And I completely understand that. A lot of us are too afraid to just dive deep in what we want to do for many reasons: financial, self-doubt, fear, whatever. But I know for me is that I've wasted too much of my life worrying if things aren't going to work. I spent too much of my life worrying who's going to say this, and this, and this if they find out I do this, and this, and this. Who's going to judge me if I come out and be my true self? And because I did that, I wasted so much time. Because I am living, and I have lived a life where I've looked at everyone and wanting to take their opinions into account and wanting to take their ideas into account. And sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you got to choose yourself first. And you got to know it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to go down a different path. It's okay to experiment and to try to figure out, because if you constantly live under somebody else's bubble, you would never develop a true sense of self. You would never develop who you are internally. So it's hard. It's hard trying to find your own identity and trying to find what makes you happy and why it makes you happy and how you could possibly live off of something that can make you happy, or someone that makes you happy. But it is important that we as humans have more happy and great days than we do sad. It's important that when we live to our fullest potential more than we do in fear, the thought that I'll be ridiculed in whatever I choose to do in my life. Because those are the key words. It's your life. Your life. And every single one of us has control of what we want to do with wherever we want to go or whoever we want to take along with it. And you're smart and you're intelligent and you know what you have to do to make yourself happy. It's just that it's the courage and the oomph of doing it. Don't let people's opinions set you back and hold you back, and in the end run have you fail because you was too busy thinking, what are other people thinking? What are they going to say? When you could have been succeeding and going towards the goals that you desire.